Welcome to another Fear Fishing tip, tricks, and other random thoughts. I haven't done any vlogs lately. We haven't been fishing at all. We've been busy at the Spring Fishing and Boat Show and getting stuff prepared for the 2019 boat season. There's some announcements to be made. We've been doing some fun stuff behind the scenes, but good news is this Sunday, March 10th, I will be at the Bowmanville Tackle Swap and Fishing Show. And then the following Tuesday, we're leaving for Knoxville, Tennessee in the Bassmaster Classic. And I'm going to be bringing the camera and we're going to vlog all that whole trip. Hopefully when we get back, we're gonna get some warmer weather, a lot less snow, get that boat out. And then there's some cool stuff we're going to do on film when we get back, because we got a boat to get ready. Now, one of the questions that has been coming up a ton in the last few weeks is, what knots am I using for fishing? There's basically 4 that I use. They're all relatively easy. I don't like to complicate my knots, because then you get, the more you complicate a knot, and then if you mess up the knot or you miss a step, then it'll break. So I use really simple knots. Let's do this. I'm gonna use some braided 65-pound J-braid Grand in the high visibility gray color. Cut some of that off. And we'll use some of the regular green, moss green. Now, first knot we're gonna do, uni to uni. This is how I tie my braid to my fluorocarbon leader material. Cross the lines. You cross the lines. You need some slack here. Oh, it's caught in my shoe. Cross the lines. And I'm gonna do this in like extra big for you guys can see it. On your one side, you loop it around, you do a uni knot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull that tight. Always spit on your line. That will get rid of friction and your knots will be stronger. Now on the other side, another uni knot. The key to this is the thicker the line, the less loops you need to make, but you can't do 5 on this side and 5 on this side. So I believe we did 4 here. So on the other side, we're gonna do 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lube. And you pull that together, and that, my friends, you cut off those tags. That'll never break. I've never had a problem with the uni to uni knot. It's really simple and easy to do. So that's the knot I use for tying my drop shot leaders, Ned rig leaders, anytime that I'm not using full fluorocarbon, and I need a leader. Next knot. This is the knot I use to tie all my Texas rigs, my frogs on. Braid to a big old hook. I hope you guys can see that at home. I don't even know what the name of this knot is. It came in a box of braided line 15 years ago and I've just always used this. Again, never had any issues. Put it through the eye of the hook once. Eye of the hook twice. When you do this, you're going to have one side that has 1 strand of line and the other strand has 2. On the side that has 2 strands, oh, there's a good angle. We're gonna put that through 6 times. See that there? Then, little spit. I like to hold the tag in my mouth, pull that all together, and that's how I tie my braided line. Right there. Can't see, won't focus. That's how I tie my braided line. You can Google all of these. Now, drop shot. It's not very often I tie a drop shot with braided line, but where you can see, you leave a huge long tag, more tag than you're going to need for your drop shot rig. You make a loop, you feed that loop through the eye of the hook. We're using really thick 65-pound line. Through the eye of the hook, this is called a polymer knot. You make like a granny knot, and then with the loop, you pull it around the back of the hook and over. Lube that down, pull it tight. Now here's a trick when you're tying your drop shot. Take your tag end and feed it back through. Then your hook is going to stand up better for your drop shot rig. Now the last knot, and the one that I've been tying the longest, is the clinch knot. It is probably the first knot that anybody uses it. Never use it on braided line, because if you use it on braided line, because it crosses itself, as soon as you set hook, it's going to cut through all braided line, no matter how thick it is. This is the knot I use most of the time, steelheading with straight fluorocarbon. Tie jig heads onto fluorocarbon for vertically jigging walleye, but do not ever do this with braided line. Line through the eye of the hook, pull it up, spin this 5, 6 times, line back through the, not the eye of the hook, but the little loop you've created, the lube, there you go. That is the first knot that I ever learned to tie. Again, monofilament or fluorocarbon, never ever on braid. That is a quick look at the knots I use. It's not very often. Those are the knots I use 99.9% of the time. The less complicated it is, I watched a seminar one time. They talked about KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. The more complicated you make, the more chance for error. March 10th, Bowmanville Tackle Show. If you're a subscriber to the FearFishing YouTube channel, come over. We got ballots for a brand new Legalis 2500 spinning reel. You can win that by being a subscriber to the FearFishing YouTube channel. But you gotta be live at the show. We're heading to the class next week. I'm super pumped to get on the road to Tennessee, to Knoxville. We'll do a lot more of these, so put in the comments what you'd like me to answer. And we're gonna keep rolling with this all the way through the boat season. See you soon.